Hey guys, it's Dean. Welcome to Manflow Yoga. This workout is a hip strength and mobility focused workout made for weightlifters. So it's a really straightforward series of postures to help you increase your hip strength and hip mobility, and particularly beneficial for weightlifters because we're going to work on going deeper into your existing range of motion, helping you build strength there, so that will translate into bigger gains in the gym. It's going to help you with getting deeper into your squats. It's going to help make your deadlift a lot easier as well, and it's just going to help with your overall knee, hip, ankle, and back health. So do your best, follow along. I'm going to guide you through every step of this workout. You don't have to have any yoga experience or flexibility to do this, and no equipment required. We're going to start off in a high lunge. Let's go. Go ahead and start at the top of the mat with your right foot forward and your left foot back. Take a big step back, starting in a lunge position. Allow your hips to sink down and forward. Your knee can stay right above your ankle, or it can go a little bit deeper into this. Just make sure that your weight stays in your hips and that your low back is mostly neutral. You don't want to have your butt poking up behind you and your lower back arched significantly. Lift your arms up overhead. Squeeze them back as far as you can. If you have difficulty with that, or you notice that your shoulders are tense and coming up near the ears, you can also bring your arms kind of out into goalpost arms. As you exhale, you can sink deeper into this. As you inhale, maintain your position. Fill up through your entire diaphragm from the base of your spine and your pelvis all the way up through your rib cage. And if you can utilize your breathing as you're doing this, that's going to help with allowing you to get deeper into the poses and increasing your overall mobility. Every pose that we do in this routine is going to be 60 seconds. So it's a good amount of time, but it's not too long. And remember, it's just your body weight. You can definitely do this. One more breath. All right, go ahead and stand up. And let's go straight to the other side. Switch, big step back with your right foot. Left foot is forward now, knee over your ankle and your front foot. Again, want to make sure that your hips are sinking down, but we're not arching the lower back. So keeping your abs strong, squeezing your glutes, feeling those muscles in your hips and your thighs working. As you exhale, you can go deeper into this lunge. Bring your arms overhead. Palms can face one another, or if it's easier, you can also bring your arms into goalpost arms. If you notice that your breathing is negatively impacted with your arms straight overhead, then it's a good idea to do goalpost arms. You should be able to feel your entire abdominal and rib cage area expanding as you inhale. And you're going to breathe differently than you normally do. You really want to try and get that full range of or the full capacity of your lungs, so to speak. So as you're inhaling, you're filling up all through your abs, your ribs, but also through your lower back and your upper back. And then as you exhale, you can work deeper into the stretch. A couple more breaths here. And again, you want to stay strong in this lunge. It shouldn't feel passive, like a passive stretch. You really want to feel that strength. All right, go ahead and release. Stand up. Great job. Next pose is chair pose. Toes touch, heels about an inch apart. Allow your knees to come forward. They can pass the toes. Just make sure that your heels stay down and the weight stays in your hips. Keep your back flat. Don't allow your back to round and your butt to come under your body. Think about sticking your butt out behind you. Hug your thighs toward one another. So pretend you're squeezing something between your inner thighs. And then lift your arms, biceps in line with the ears. If that's difficult, you can bend your arms a little bit. 60 seconds here as well. Allow your knees to come forward. You can go deeper into this. Bring your butt further back. Again, just make sure that your lower back stays flat. Your butt kind of reaching out, poking out behind you. 2 more breaths here. Stay strong. Keep the ribs lifted away from the hips, and make sure that you're not arching your back. You want to keep your spine neutral. Last breath. And then stand up. Ooh, drive your hips forward and release your hands. Nicely done. All right. Thighs should be on fire at this point. It's a sign that you're doing the right things. From here, we're going to move into an airplane. I like to go into this balance from a lunge position. So let's start with the right leg forward, the left leg back. Bring your arms along your sides, palms facing forward. Take a deep breath in. And now as you exhale, shift forward, press down through your right foot, and press your left toes back. You're going to bring your body into a T-shaped position the best you can, although maybe that T-shape is a little closer to something else if your chest is higher initially. If your hamstrings are tighter, keep your chest up. Don't go as far. You don't want to go parallel to the ground right away. So do the best you can, keeping your back flat. Slight bend to your standing leg, squeezing your right quadriceps, and then keeping that back leg active. So the toes point, you're locking out your left leg, pointing the toes, squeezing your quadriceps, and your arms are along your sides, palms facing down to help with balance. Keep your chin tucked in toward your throat, your neck pulling up toward the ceiling, and maintain slow, controlled breathing in and out of your nose. You should feel a lot of stretching through the back of your right thigh, your hamstrings. So this is good for your deadlifts. But we also want to feel a lot of activity through your hips, feeling those muscles active as you balance. And if you fall out, like I just did, that's okay. Just slowly get back into it. Last 10 seconds. And then go ahead and stand up. All right, nicely done. Let's switch sides. So now the left leg is forward, the right leg is back. Starting in a nice upright position. Everything is squared forward, arms along your sides. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, shift forward to your front foot. Lift your right foot off the ground. Press down through your left foot until you feel that stretch through the back of your left thigh. Keep a slight bend to the knee. Pull the chest forward and up. Chin tucked in toward the throat. Arms stay along your sides. Chest nice and open. For airplane, second side. And again, you want to breathe in and out of your nose. That's going to help you fight your fight or flight response. So it's going to help you keep your body in control. Maintain length through your body. So I want you to think as long as you can from your back toes to the top of your head. If you feel pinching through your low back, you're probably not using your hips or your abs enough. So think about pulling your belly button toward your low back, engaging your abs just like you would in a plank. 2 more breaths here. That's about 15 seconds. And as you hold it, you might be able to progress deeper into it. So over time, you'll get more flexible, but also in the time it takes you to start and finish the pose, you'll go deeper. All right, go ahead and relax. Nicely done. From here, moving into a warrior 2. I'm going to have you get into a nice wide-legged position, toes facing slightly in. Drive your hips forward. Stay up nice and tall with this wide-legged stance. Now turn your right foot to face forward. Push your left hip into your right hip. Sink into this lunge. Go ahead and check in with your right knee. Make sure that it's tracking over the middle toes. You should be able to see your big toe here. If you can't, it's probably because your knee is caving in toward the middle. So squeeze your knee, your right knee, toward the outside. You'll feel your glute engage as you do that. Go ahead and extend your arms in opposite directions. Fingertips pressing in opposite directions. Shoulders down, shoulder blades retracted. Top of the head pressing up toward the ceiling. And then look straight over your right middle finger. This is a warrior 2 pose. A lot of groin activity going on. A lot of lower body strengthening. A lot of core strengthening. We've also got some nice posture work through your shoulders and a nice little twist through your neck for some neck mobility. 20 more seconds. And as soon as it starts to get tough, that's when you check in with your breathing. You say, okay, as long as I can breathe through this, I can do it. All right, straighten the right leg, turn it in, Switch sides, turn your left foot out, bend into your left knee. Make sure that left knee tracks over the middle toes. Squeeze your left knee to the outside. You'll feel your left glute engaging as you do that. Right hip presses into your left hip. Your knee is facing straight to the top of the mat or the back of the mat, but your hips and your shoulders are going to face out. So just make sure you're doing that. Arms come out in opposite directions. Press your head up, tuck the chin in, and then look straight over your left middle finger. About 3 breaths here. And 1 breath, I'm using about 10 seconds to mark that, anywhere from 8 to 10 seconds. So we want to slow down the breathing. Make sure that you're pressing into the outer edge of your back foot. You should feel stretching in the outer shin. And as you exhale, think about going deeper into this. So that back hip presses further into the front hip. Your hips lead, your torsos follow. 1 more breath. All right, straighten that leg, turn it in. Go ahead and bring your legs back together. From here, moving into a balancing posture, another one. This is a standing bow or standing or dancer pose. So you're gonna stand on your right foot, squeeze your left heel in toward your butt, turn your left palm to face out, so externally rotate, and then grab the big toe side of your foot. Extend your right arm up, take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, press your left foot back, reach your right hand forward, breathe in and out of your nose. Now, if you're new, you might just be in the starting position and not going that deep into it. That's okay. As your body adjusts to the pose, maybe you can lean forward more, maybe you can press that back leg further up. And as your back leg goes up, your front leg goes forward. Focus on a non-moving point in front of you to help with balance. And remember, always check in with that slow, controlled breathing, in and out of the nose. Really root down through that standing leg. It helps to grab the ground with your toes. And if you fall out of it, just plant the foot, come back into it, and then slowly get back into the pose. You got about 20 more seconds to work on this. Try to keep your core tight. You shouldn't feel pinching in your low back. If you do, use your hips more. Last little bit, see if you can go a little bit further. 3, 2, 1, and then release. Okay, let's switch sides. We're almost there. You've got 1 more pose after this. Stand on your left foot. Bring your right foot in toward your butt. Turn the right foot to face out. Grab the big toe side. Extend your left arm up. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, press as hard as you can into your right hand. Reach forward with your left hand. Maintain lift to your chest and keep your hips facing straight forward. Don't let your hips turn out to the side. Keep your focus on a non-moving point right in front of you. Grab the ground with your left foot. Keep your hips facing straight forward. And again, if you do fall out, just slowly get back into it. You got about 30 more seconds here. Lift your chest a little bit more. Press harder into that back foot. You want to get as big as you can here while going deeper into it. One more breath. And then go ahead and come out of that and release. All right, final pose. This is a really good one for strength and mobility. This is called horse or goddess, and you might hear me call it haka. So you're going to turn your toes out 45 degrees. I'm going to have you start by just kind of shifting from one leg to the other, or one side to the other, just going deeper into this modified squat position. Squeeze your knees toward the back so you'll feel your glutes engage. Lift your chest up. Try to stack your shoulders on your hips. Bring your arms out in front of you. Now take a deep breath in. As you exhale, sink down deeper into it. Again, sink deeper. Hold here 30 seconds. Go as deep as you can while keeping your back mostly flat. So if you look at me from the side here, I'm not letting my butt poke out way behind me. I'm doing my best to squeeze my glutes, reach my tailbone down, and keep my hips under my shoulders. 10 more seconds. Go a little bit lower. Make sure those knees are squeezing back, not allowing the knees to cave in. Really building strength of those glutes, opening up the hips. 3, 2, 1, and then up. All right, guys, that was an intense, but hopefully beginner-friendly enough hip strength and mobility-focused workout for weightlifters. Guys, if you can do that consistently, even twice a week, but even better, 3 times per week, you're going to notice some tremendous gains in your overall hip strength and mobility that will directly translate into your other workouts. So if you like this video, be sure to like it, comment if you have some feedback or a question, and then subscribe. I put out great videos like this every week. This workout in particular is taken directly from my book, just published, Yoga for Athletes, which specifically focuses on 2 types of athletes. Number 1, endurance athletes, and secondly, on weightlifters. So there's a huge section in there for you guys if you're a weightlifter and you're looking to learn how yoga can help you get stronger with weightlifting. So check that out. More info in the description here. Guys, thanks again for watching. See you in the next video.